my, how quickly they forget. Isn't it amazing how the certain members of the media love to salivate over the so-called greatest basketball player on the planet, LeBron James?
That's for sure.
Just think back. He's having a phenomenal season, but just think back. Several years back, this individual could not win with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So what he did was,
Not at all.
he got together with Dwayne Wade. And this was the bonus. He convinced Chris Bosh to come to the Miami Heat. Now this is something that disturbs me. Some members of the media seem to constantly want to elevate LeBron James, but they constantly want to belittle the contribution made by Chris Bosh. Oh, now it's back to the big 2.5. Well, do you remember last year? Do you remember last year? The Heat almost lost to the Indiana Pacers without Chris Bosh.
Right.
LeBron James did have that big game. But Chris Bosh came back, boom, they won the series. Chris Bosh was back. And they beat the Oklahoma Thunder. Take away Chris Bosh last year. Take away Chris Bosh last year from the Miami Heat, and I don't think they win the championship.
You got it, Stone.
Also, you hear the jokes about, oh, it's 2.5 men. Well, let's look at here. Let's look at the team. I just checked the latest box score. You had Dwayne Wade throwing up 25 shots. LeBron James throwing up 30 shots. Chris Bosh gets only 10 shots. 10 shots a game.
10 shots.
He's playing center. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are going to come there and fling the ball up. They're going to get their shots. Chris Bosh is relying on these two individuals who convinced him, who he sacrificed his game to have the ball distributed to him. So if I hear someone say, oh, just 2.5 men, we'll get Chris Bosh the ball so he can shoot. Why should shots be constituted only on rebounds?
Right.
Is LeBron James, and I'm telling you right now, I'm telling the Nets, the Knicks, the Indiana Pacers, and the Celtics, there's going to be big turmoil in Miami if these two guys continue to gun the ball. And now you also have to remember, looking at the team, they got Rashad Lewis and they got Ray Allen. So those are more shots that Chris Bosh should have had are going to these two. Because you know Dwayne Wade and LeBron James are not going to sacrifice their shots in any way. They're going to take their number of shots. And once again, Chris Bosh gets squeezed out. But when it comes to the playoffs, if Chris Bosh is not a major part of this team, getting rebounds, blocking shots, and getting big baskets from time to time, the Heat are going to be in a lot of trouble.
That's right. You got it. Tell them, Stone.
Because with Rashad Lewis, Ray Allen, they could probably pick up a slack with a Dwayne Wade if by some chance he was out. Or even LeBron James. But the point is this. You take Chris Bosh away from that team, and they don't have a big player. They don't have a big man. They don't have a big man. They don't have a power forward. They don't have a center to replace Chris Bosh. So if I'm LeBron James, and I'm Dwayne Wade, and I want to win another championship, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Chris Bosh happy. And I'm going to give him the ball sometimes. Not go down court and fire up 50 shots amongst themselves. Oh, yeah, that's why their numbers look good. Oh, that's why LeBron James is constantly referred as the greatest player on the planet. Because he's taking 25, 30 shots a game.
Right.
Dwayne Wade, 20, 25 shots a game. Chris Bosh, 10. So I'm telling you, this team is going to be vulnerable. I was watching that game, and Chris Bosh looked so out of it because what happened was I saw him call for the ball several times. He called for the ball several times. Dwayne Wade took it. Boom. Shot it up. Or Dwayne Wade ignored him and passed it to LeBron James. LeBron James is there. Dwayne Wade Chris Bosh calls for the ball.
No way.
You have LeBron James driving to the basket, passing to Dwayne Wade, passing to Ray Allen, totally ignoring Chris Bosh. It was so bad that Chris Bosh, in one play, he knew he was not going to touch the ball. He stayed out of bounds for several seconds because he knew these two individuals would not pass him the ball.
Trouble.
So all you so-called selected media members who constantly say 2.5 men, we'll see what this team does in the playoffs if the so-called Big Two lose Chris Bosh mentally. He might even ask to be traded if this continues. So all those other teams, you're going to have a chance to come out of the Eastern Conference. And OKC or San Antonio or Golden State, whoever comes out the Western Division, if this team is still playing the way they are, you're going to win a championship. All right. You're listening to the Stone and Digital Dave radio show, and come back, we will go through the email.